how much do Australian Sparkies really make in 2022? If you're looking to become an electrician or you're just generally interested, in this video I'll broadly cover what a salary looks like. But to quickly sum up the hourly rate for a fully qualified electrician, union members earn upwards of $60 an hour. Electricians under an EBA, which is an enterprise bargaining agreement, earn upwards of $40 an hour. And lastly, the Fair Work electrical ward is $27 an hour, which is kind of shit, but we'll go into that later on in this video. Of course, this is going to differ depending on your experience, the company you work for, the type of work you do, and your allowances. G'day everyone, I'm Corey, a licensed electrician from Melbourne. I'll be deep diving into the differences between union workers and non-union workers, as well as give you my personal experience, all to help you inform your career pathway. Okay, so the electrical union in Australia is called the Electrical Trade Union of Australia, which kind of makes sense. I am a union member and I've been a member for about 2 years. I'm a part of the Victorian branch. However, I'm not on union wages and I don't work on many union sites, but I'll get more into that later on in the video. In terms of hourly rate, construction A-grade electricians earn $59.59 per hour, and service is just a little bit less than that. First years are on $18.99. Second years are on $19.01 an hour, which isn't a very big difference. Third years are on $28.57, and fourth years are on $34.94 an hour. And of course, it goes upwards from there. Also, most apprentices go to trade school once a week for their first 3 years as an apprentice, and they get paid for their time at trade school, which is 8 hours a week. Plus, they get their trade school fees paid for by their employer. ETU members work 40-hour weeks. They get paid for 36 hours, and then the other 4 hours goes towards their RDOs. If you don't know what an RDO is, it just stands for rostered day off, and it's pretty much just extra annual leave. So how it works is union members and workers under an EBA follow an RDO calendar where every second Monday they actually get the day off, and the calendar also tries to line up with public holidays, so you get an extra long weekend. There's also a bunch of allowances on top of your base rate, like travel and site. Broadly speaking, I won't go too in depth in that though, but I'll add some links in the description if you want to check them out. Okay, so what does my salary look like? My wage is part of an enterprise bargaining agreement, or EBA for short, and pretty much what this means is my wage is determined by a negotiation between employers, employees, the EBA representative, and unions, and that hourly rate is updated like every couple of years or every year, and everyone a part of an EBA signs that contract or that award or whatever you want to call it. So my hourly rate is just over $40 an hour, plus I get allowances, resulting in my annual salary to be roughly $84K a year. I've also got a work van and a fuel card, which helps out a lot too. You might be asking why I'm a part of the union if I'm not on union rates, because obviously union members earn a bit more money, well, a lot more money per hour. And there's a few different reasons. I personally just wanted to support whatever labor union was in my industry, and ETU was the biggest one and the only one really. And they've been around for like over 100 years. And this might be controversial or a bit of a debate, but I personally believe a good reason we get such a good wage in Australia as electricians is because of the union. But that's just my personal opinion. You can have a debate in the comments if you want, whatever. The union also gives you a bunch of free shit. Like for example, this wallet is a ETU wallet. You also get cheaper private health insurance. You get a bunch of discounts and free upskilling, and you can also claim your union fees on tax. So like, why wouldn't you? I kind of sound like a union rep right now, but trust me, I'm not. I'm just giving you my reasoning for being a part of the union. Now, the average wage for a fully qualified electrician in Australia is a little bit higher. According to Indeed, which is like a hiring website, I think it's like $47 an hour. I don't know, I'll have it on the screen. And I'm earning a little bit less than that, but I'm only in my first year as a fully qualified electrician, so my rate can only go up from here. And you also might be asking, why don't I just move to a big union site in the city and start earning the bigger bucks right now? My goal is not to work on those big union sites. I actually want to start my own small electrical business within the next year or two. At the moment, I'm going for my REC, which is your registered electrical contractor's license, meaning you can do work for yourself. Like you don't have to just do electrical work for someone else. But to do that, I need to do a short business course and a few other things. And I'm also upskilling myself. So I'm doing a few different short courses in grid connected solar. And at the moment, I'm just developing my skills and getting ready to start my own business. Yeah, that's the only reason I'm not working on a union side, or why I'm not really that interested in working on a union side, even though I think the pay is awesome. If you're curious as to what my hourly rate was when I was an apprentice, as a first year, I was on 14 bucks an hour. You have to start somewhere, I guess. Second year was 20 bucks, third year was 27 bucks, and fourth year was 32 bucks. So yeah, it does increase over time. And I moved out of home when I was like a third, fourth year apprentice, and I was able to pay rent, pay my bills, pay groceries on that wage. It's definitely doable to live independently on apprentice wages. Adult apprentices are on a little bit more money depending on what award you're on. All right, lastly, let's talk about that Fair Work Electrical Award, which was what, 27 bucks an hour. I don't know any employer or company hiring electricians at that rate, and I don't know any electricians who are on that rate either. No licensed electrician in Australia is getting paid 27 bucks an hour. Honestly, I don't know why the minimum award is so low. You'd think they'd up it to at least like 35 bucks, 40 bucks an hour, but whatever, that's what it is. Companies do get away with paying the bare minimum according to that award for apprentices, which was definitely my situation when I first started out. I did a year at a different company and then I moved ship to a better company, which I'll talk about in a different video that might be up by the time you're watching this video. I'll have the link in the description. I didn't really talk about, is it worth being an electrician in this video? Personally, I think any trade is worth it at the moment. You're not in a HECS debt as opposed to if you go to uni and you're learning a lifetime skill that's, especially in the electrical trade, there's always new technologies and there's always something new to learn. And electricians aren't going anywhere. You've got AI and technology taking over a lot of jobs, unfortunately, but I don't believe it's going to take over the electrical trade anytime soon. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please chuck us a like. You can check out these other videos over here, and yeah, cheers.